Hello to all my friends out there. So I'm taking a little break. I've been working around the house. I hate housework. It's worse than work. You don't get paid. And there's no end to it. You clean the house, the house gets dirty. You wash the clothes. Okay, so today I've been working on the food storage, and I have a lot of new followers, and some of my new followers are new and new to food storage. Okay, so now I posted some videos for you guys to see on Twitter, but I will give you my spin on it. Because we've had some crop failures, the price of food might go up. Also, if the market can bear the price and they think they can get more of our money, they'll raise the price as well. Also, if we want a powerless population, we have to keep them broke. Okay, so one of the mention was made, store oats and keep your eye on the oat crops. Okay, at this time you can still buy these oats at Dollar Tree, and it says 11 containers, but it's a lot more than that. It depends how much you plan on eating. This is also good for making oatmeal cookies and meatloaf. So store oatmeal. That's a good thing. The other thing that you're going to want to store is corn. All kinds of corn. Corn stuff. Like, oh, I didn't bring my cornflakes out, but I store cream corn and corn kernels, because you're going to have bean, corn, and rice if you should have to eat your beans, and I make corn soup with evaporated milk. So, you know, you're going to want to stockpile some corn stuff. You're going to need some cornbread if you have beans. And some cornmeal. I buy the good stuff at Sprouts, but I also store this corn flour for making tortillas. You know, what if they didn't have any or you couldn't get any? Let's see, this one is 10 pounds. I usually buy about 10 pounds. So, okay, oats and corn. Okay, in the Bible it says it'll be wheat, barley, and wine. So you saw my great stockpile. So I buy the barley at Sprouts. And why barley is good is you can throw a little handful of barley in your soup. It's a whole grain. So wheat, you want to store good wheat flour and yeast so you can make bread. Okay, now, you heard about the mystery meat, and they're using peas to make mystery meat. Now, I thought it would be some kind of cloned meat of some sort, like regular meat. They're just admitting to the peas. So you're going to want to find peas. Now, I don't think they had any of these in Dollar Tree when I was buying beans the other day. So I would stockpile some peas, since, you know, peas are going into the mystery meat. And also one of the crops that was breached is soy, and I would buy textured soy. This is cheap stuff I bought at Food for Less, but they have good textured soy at Sprouts. So I know vegetarians use peas as a source of protein. I used to put chickpeas when I went to the Adventist church, you know, because a lot of them, it's really hot here, a lot of them don't drink or eat meat. I would put peas and chickpeas in my pasta salad for them. Okay, and then the one other thing you're going to want to stockpile is potatoes, because they're predicting maybe a potato famine. And so you're going to be wanting to keep an eye out for these things on the shelves. You know, when I go to the shopping centers, I see all kinds of stuff I don't want to buy, and just small amounts of stuff I do want to buy, and in the grocery stores as well. So you want to be alert for these kind of things. You want to be looking at the corn. I think corn would be a good thing to stockpile in the freezer as well. And flat packages of meat, cheap meat. Okay, so now something has occurred to me, and it was brought up in one of these videos. And what it was is Agenda 21. So when would Agenda 21 happen? 1921. So what they're saying is these food shortages and things would escalate, getting closer and closer to Agenda 21. Okay, to really force us all into big cities, living like slugs, living like, you know, just piled into these big cities. The first thing they're going to have to do to force us into these cities and to force us to, you know, be able to do the Agenda 21 is they're going to have to get our weapons. So I'd say the first thing we want to do is be resistant to giving up our weapons. So why could the weapons be an issue? Well, what if there was food storage and there was mass violence because people were trying to rob other people's food? That would do it. And we would be forced to give up our weapons because of the mass violence. That would drive us into a helpless population, into a cities with no weapons, because everybody would be like acting like animals because there was no food. So what you want to do is you want to stockpile food, but when things start getting really critical, you want the ability to evacuate to safer areas, because it's just, you know, going to be very bad. And they're saying we have a couple of years to prepare because, you know, 1921 is a couple of years. But they're also saying that there's a mass buying up of the food, so a lot of the food is not available for us to buy, and it's being stored underground. That could be true, that could be nonsense. But our job is to make sure we have food and water. Now tonight I have to go fill my water. And if you do have seeds, okay, so I thought, why wouldn't you just plant all the seeds you have? I have a few seeds left. I have some spinach and some cantaloupe seeds, but I ran out of containers. So, you know, if you have seeds around, plant them, and, you know, they're better planted than not being planted. And be alert. Keep your eye out. Is the price of food going up? Is there less food on the shelves? Is food on the shelves missing? Is there scanty amounts of food? And, well, I will say, and I think a lot of people are hoarding food. Like this week, I bought about 70 pounds of food. I didn't pay much for that food. One of the things I would really suggest, since it was mentioned that you want to keep an eye out on this, is oatmeal. You know, get 10 pounds of oatmeal. It's not expensive right now. And the other thing is stockpile canned vegetables, and make sure you have potatoes, you know, either fresh or canned. Probably canned is the best. And start looking for the expiration dates. What year? 2022. You notice like 90% of the food expires 2021. That is not good. Not to be paranoid, but since I've been checking the expiration dates, I noticed that. And stockpile peas. And the other thing is wheat, barley, and wine. Grape stuff. And I will be doing more videos and stockpile tea, so that if anything happens, at least you'll have a little tea. It's better than just water. And make sure you stockpile milk and oil and margarine. Okay, you guys, I will be doing these as the things come up. I think it's best anyway. Okay, you guys, God bless you all.